So hello everyone, good morning and welcome to our ECF subject. So this time we're going to discuss our last topic on ECF subject and it's all about culture. So I know that some of you are already familiar with this topic, pero this time we're just going to recall kung ano nga bang meron sa culture natin and most especially we're going to be more specific with our own culture here in the Philippines, no? So titingnan natin kung ano ba yung mga mahalagang kultura na mayroon tayo dito sa bansa natin. Then after this, it is expected for us to do the following activities. First is to answer the questions after the discussion. So you may answer all those questions here in our chat box or in our comment section dito sa YouTube link na provide ko sa inyo. And then please provide also your name and your section para at least puwede rin siya maging attendance ninyo for our discussion. So it can be your attendance after you answering those questions and don't forget to mention your name and section. Then after that, to do the poster slogan. So gagawa rin tayo ng poster slogan natin. After the discussion, I'm going to discuss the mechanics and also the rubrics for this activity. And the last one is the group activity. So it's all about storytelling. So I'm going to discuss also the mechanics and the rubric for this activity. So it is expected to do those activities since this will be our last discussion and yun na rin yung mga last activities natin for our ECF subject. Then after that, you may now focus on your e-portfolio. Then it is expected for us to submit our e-portfolio at least first week of December so that before the end of the semester, I could have the chance to give all the grades doon sa subject natin ng ECF. Okay, so let's now start our discussion. Please allow me to share my presentation. Ayan. I don't know kung nakikita nyo na yung ano natin, presentation. So I believe nakikita nyo naman na kasi medyo maliit na yung aking screen dito. Okay, so like what I have said earlier, we're going to discuss about culture. So what are the words associated with culture? Sa inyo ba, 'di ba, how will you define culture? When you hear the word culture, what comes in your mind? Ano ba yung mga pumapasok sa isipan natin? So there are a lot of things na pwedeng pumasok sa isipan natin when we hear the word culture, 'di ba? It's all about diversity, 'di ba? It's all about what we have learned in our community. So those are the things na pwedeng pumasok sa mind natin when we hear the word culture. Ito yung culture na part na talaga ng ating pagkatao as individual. And we can also say that uh, as we live here in this world, we believe na meron tayong iba't ibang klaseng culture. Dito pa nga lang sa Pilipinas ay meron na tayong iba't ibang klaseng culture because of the geographical setting of our country, di ba? It is expected na meron tayong iba't ibang culture and it's also obvious that we have these different languages na dito sa bansa natin because magkakahiwalay yung mga pulo natin, magkakahiwalay yung isla natin. And even before, 'di ba, during the time of Spanish era, for more than 300 years na sinakop nila tayo, they tolerated yung ganitong klaseng pagkakaiba-iba natin. It is because that's one of their strategies para at least hindi tayo magkaroon ng pagkakaisa. Kaya they tolerated that kind of thing na meron tayong iba't ibang languages, meron tayong iba't ibang culture para at least wala talaga tayong iisang klaseng pagkakakilanlan. But later on, 'di ba, we're able to build our own identity as Filipino. 'Di ba? We're able to have this own language as Filipino. So doon na tayo nagkaroon ng sarili nating pagkakakilanlan bilang isang bansa or bilang isang part ng bansang Pilipinas. Okay? So when we say culture, it is the complex of whole which encompasses beliefs, practices, values, attitudes, laws, norms, artifacts, symbols, knowledge, and roles that a person learns and shares as a member of the society. So without the society, we cannot have this culture. Diba? That is according to Sir Edward Vernon Taylor, an English anthropologist. So with these beliefs, practices, values, and attitudes, those are the things that we may have, no, as part of our culture. Kung ano yung mga paniniwala mo, kung ano yung mga practices mo, kung ano yung mga values na natutunan mo with your community and your society. And especially yung mga norms, artifacts, and symbols natin that is rooted na before pa man, di ba? Noon-noon pa man, ito na yung mga talagang pinamana na talaga sa ating kultura na tinatawag natin mga ninuno. Excuse me. Okay. So I'd like you to watch this video about culture here in our country. Tayo raw ay may ngiting nakikisama, may pagtatangi sa kapwa, pananampalataya sa buong may kapal, pagpapahalaga sa ating pamilya, yan ang kultura dito sa Pilipinas. So, I know that marami pa tayong mga bahagi ng kultura dito sa Pilipinas at hindi lamang yon, katulad ng pagiging hospitable, di ba? Syempre, in every situation or sa bawat sakuna na nangyayari sa bansa natin, we still think positive things na mayroon pa ring hope doon sa mga mabibigat na naranasan natin. Di ba nga minsan binabaha na tayo pero nakita natin nakakangiti pa rin yung mga Pilipino. Di ba, nakakapagbigay pa rin ng kasiyahan sa iba nilang kapwa kahit sila'y naapektuhan. So, culture is a system of ideas, feelings, and survival of strategies shared in a particular group. Di ba? Siyempre yung ideas natin and feelings, it should be shared to a particular group para masabi talaga natin na part siya ng culture. Kasi when we say culture, it is also equivalent to a society or group na dapat napapractice siya ng maraming tao para at least masabi talaga natin na may pagkakataon siya na ma-develop pa siya as time goes by, di ba? Makikita natin na nagagamit itong culture na to. Aside from doon sa video na pinanood natin, ito rin yung isa sa mga kilala nating kultura. Culture is teamwork. Culture is humility. Culture is innovation. Culture is respect. Your culture your identity.
Isa ang Pilipinas sa mga bansang may napakayamang kultura dahil sa mga natatanging kaugalian at tradisyon mula noon hanggang ngayon. Pero ano-ano nga ba ang mga natatanging kaugalian ng mga Pilipino? Bahagi sa kulturang Pilipino ang bayanihan, pagiging magalang, panghaharana, pagiging reliyoso, pagkikisama, at kabila din sa ating kultura ang ating pagkain. Ngunit hindi lamang sa mga tradisyon at kaugalian makikita ang magandang kulturang Pilipino, pagkat gaya ng aspeto ng kultura ng musika, sining at literatura. Mahalaga ang kultura sa bawat bansa o lugar dahil naisasalamin nito ang mga taong naninirahan nito. At ang kultura rin ang siyang nagbubuklod at gumagabay sa ating mga Pilipino. Kaya hindi dapat kalimutan at dapat isabuhay natin ang ating kultura dahil ito ang nagpapakilala sa kasaysayan at kaugalian natin bilang isang Pilipino.
So that is the culture here in the Philippines, di ba? So culture is the totality of people's way of life. That's why this time we're going to discuss more about culture. So what makes you proud to be Filipino now? So later on, we're going to share also our answer regarding on this question. Kasi I have provided 3 questions na pwede nating sagutin about our culture and about din sa culture ng ibang bansa or ibang lugar na napuntahan natin that we may try to compare kung ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng culture dun sa bansa nila at sa bansa natin. Okay, so first let's discuss these two types of culture, the material and non-material culture. When we say material culture, it is tangible, di ba? Naalala ko tuloy si Melay dito. Tangible, humans' material inventions and innovations such as tools, weapons, instruments, and etc. So those are the things na nakikita natin na nahahawakan natin, di ba? Mga bagay na nagagamit natin after this generation na part pa rin siya ng ating, kumbaga ng ating, pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay, 'di ba? So itong mga material culture na ito, itong mga innovations na ito ay gawa na ito even before ng ating mga ninuno, 'di ba? Especially yung paraan ng pamumuhay nila, wala pa yung mga makabagong paraan ng pamumuhay. They have to provide at least, these things to survive their lives 'no. Kasi kung hindi sila gagawa ng paraan, hindi sila makaka-survive dun sa buhay nila. So those things na nagamit nila sa paraan ng pamumuhay nila ay nagamit din ng ilang pang generation na naging part na ng ating culture. Even, yung mga instruments na katulad ng gitara, 'di ba? Kasi Filipino loves to have this, music, 'di ba? Itong different types of, music na ginagamit natin is nanggaling yun or nag-ugat yun dahil doon sa pagmamahal sa musika ng mga ninuno natin, na naging part na rin ng ating culture. And of course, even before, ginagamit na natin yung mga iba't ibang klaseng panluto natin 'no. So, if you're going to visit some provinces here in the Philippines, makikita niyo gumagamit pa rin sila ng gano'ng klaseng panluto. Yung yung klase nung parang kalan nila na sila lang nag-i-improvise noon, 'di ba? Kasi siyempre ngayon meron na tayong kalan, meron pa tayong electric, gas stove. So, napaka-ano na, napaka-modern na. Pero up to now, nagagamit pa rin yun pero sa ibang provinces nga lang. So those are, what we call material culture. But when we say non-material culture, these are the intangible things. Now, refers to the ideas that form within society, including beliefs, perceptions, and traditions. So these are the Filipino traits and characteristics of that is part of our culture. Like for example, yung hospitality natin, yung strong family ties natin that, even we experience difficulties in our family, we still have this strong family ties. Yung religiosity natin, it is because of the Spanish, colonization for more than 300 years na sinakop nila tayo, we're able to adapt this, religion that uh, they tried to at least, they gave to us 'no, kasi na up to now ay gamit na gamit natin and, we can say that majority of us here in the Philippines are Christians or part of Roman Catholic, no? Generosity and helpfulness, di ba? That's part of our culture, and that is what we call non-material culture. Strong work ethics, no? And then yung hiya factor natin na minsan, kahit meron na tayong mga nakalagay sa mind natin na, we want to do this one or we want to be more comfortable with, the things na gusto nating gawin, pero meron pa ring hiya factor kasi that's part of our culture. Na mana talaga natin 'yan. And of course is yung pagiging masayahin ng mga Pilipino. Even kahit dumating man ang malalaking sakuna, we still have this humor and positivity in life. Next one is yung ating subculture and counterculture. So what's the difference between subculture and counterculture? When we say subculture, it's grouped within a culture that have their own, excuse me, that have their own distinctive characteristics that distinguish them from the larger culture. So these groups are compatible with the dominant culture. So when we say subculture, from the word itself, merong dominant culture, but some people can still formulate or can still create this subculture. Meron silang sarili nilang kultura, okay, na nakakapag-form sa isang community, na nakakapag-form sa isang grupo. And these groups are compatible, 'di ba? Compatible sila with the dominant culture, walang conflict with the dominant culture, and nandun pa rin yung respect, nandun pa rin yung kumbaga harmonious relationship between subculture and compatible culture. Like for example, here in our country, 'di ba, it is expected na dahil na-tolerate nga siya during the Spanish era, meron tayong mga subculture dito. Meron tayong, lumalabas na 'yan, obvious na 'yan sa mga languages natin, 'di ba? Meron tayong mga Kapampangan, Ilocano, meron tayong mga Bicolano, meron tayong mga Cebuano. So, yun yung part ng subculture natin. Nakikita natin din yung iba't ibang kaugalian nila. Ang mga Ilocano daw ganito, ang mga Kapampangan daw ay ganito, ang mga Cebuano daw ay ganito, 'di ba? So, makikita niyo na walang conflict. Nagkakaroon pa rin naman ng harmonious relationship doon sa dominant culture natin. Ano yung dominant culture natin? Yung Katagalugan, yung mga Pilipino talaga, 'di ba, na halos lahat naman ay nagsasalita ng wikang Tagalog or wikang Filipino. So that's part of a good relationship na even kahit meron silang subculture, meron silang iba't ibang mga practices, meron silang iba't ibang piyesta or ibang pamamaraan sa buhay nila kahit nasa iisang bansa lang tayo, we still, respect yung culture na meron sila, 'di ba? Kasi these groups are compatible with the dominant culture. So that is subculture. If there is subculture, meron naman tayong counterculture or what we call contraculture. These are group of values, beliefs, and related behavior placed in its members in opposition to the broader culture. So, because of this subculture na nakikreate natin, kasi hindi lang siya about doon sa iba't ibang provinces natin, pwede rin tayo makapag-create ng mga subculture natin. Like for example, yung subculture na tinuturing natin is sa mga kapatid nating LGBTQ, 'di ba? So dahil dito sa subculture na 'to, meron pa rin namang harmonious relationship, but somehow, because of some aspects of culture na nagkakaroon ng conflict with this, two cultures, yung subculture and yung dominant culture natin, na nagiging counterculture na siya, contraculture na siya. Why? Because, merong ano, kumbaga merong nadi-disregard doon sa kanilang what we call this, yung kanilang perspective, yung kanilang point of view regarding sa sex or gender, 'di ba? Or specifically sa gender natin, yung equal rights nila for everyone. So, ito yung mga nagkakaroon ng kontra, 'di ba, nagkakaroon ng opposition doon sa kanilang culture sa pagitan ng dalawang magkaibang grupo. So like for example, the spread of values such as love and respect and the propagation of equal rights to everyone. Then there's white supremacy, anti-Catholicism, anti-feminism, anti-Islam, and anti-LGBT groups. So ito yung Islamophobia. So nagkakaroon ng conflict, 'di ba? Kasi nga magkakaiba ng perspective, nakabuo yung subculture natin ng ibang paniniwala na nakikita nila na ito yung tama. And then that's the time na hindi na nagiging harmonious your relationship with the two cultures. Okay? So we have these characteristics of culture. What are the characteristics of culture? Culture can be learned, can be shared, can be based on symbols, integrated, and dynamic. So first is let's discuss that culture is shared. We cannot have this culture without society because culture cannot exist without society. A particular belief, value, or practice must be shared by a significant portion of society. So culture is often viewed as group of customs that link together members of society. So it's very important to share your culture, diba? And it's very important also that we have this group of people na mapabahagi na natin ang culture natin if we really wanted to have this culture na mag-long last talaga siya or tumagal talaga siya and maging part siya ng ating society. Because that's one of the goals of culture. Culture must be shared to everyone, 'di ba? And of course, culture is learned, 'di ba? So we learn culture from people, institution, and media, in which mass of it are learned unconsciously. So uh, we can say that culture is not innate, it is learned because whenever we enter in our school, diba, we have these things and perspectives that we can learn from our teachers, we can learn from our classmates. The values that we have learned in our family is really different from the values that we have learned in school. 'Di ba? Kasi yung values na natutunan mo sa bahay mo o yung nakuha mo sa bahay mo is because shared by your family members. So that's one thing, culture is shared. But whenever you enter in another environment, like for example a school, you can also observe that culture is learned, that you can learn from your classmates, that you can learn from your teachers. So like for example is your language, you just learned Kapampangan because you live in Pampanga, and Kapampangan is a mother tongue of your community. That's why from up to 6 years old, or sabi natin up to 7 years old, yun yung natutunan mong language. And then whenever you enter in school, doon mo naman natutunan ang Filipino and English. So that's part of your learnings, no? That culture is learned. Traditions, arts, norms, and values. So those are the things that we may learn uh, in school. Okay? So culture is based on symbols. Symbolic culture enables human communication and must be taught. So the cross fingers, ayan, yung cross fingers natin, that's another symbol. Um, we all know that in Australia, US, UK, and Canada, the cross fingers is to wish for good luck. And we also use this, di ba? Kasi parang nagaganyan tayo, good luck, parang ganun. Parang it's something that we want a good luck or good wish for everything na ginagawa natin. But you have to be very particular doon sa symbols na ginagamit mo, especially sa ibang bansa. Because in Vietnam, cross fingers are said to resemble female genitals, diba? Hence, this gesture is seen as lewd. So parang ano yon, bastos yon, 'di ba? As bastos yun sa kanila at hindi appropriate yung ganung bagay for Vietnamese kasi makikita natin na offensive yon sa kanilang culture. So you have to be very particular and you have to be sensitive as well doon sa paggamit mo ng mga symbols. And last one is culture is dynamic. So culture is fluid rather than static, which means that culture changes all the time, every day, in subtle and tangible ways. All culture changes, or else there will be problems in dealing with adaptation to the environment. So that's one thing that we can see the gap also between the different generations. Like for example, we have this uh, Gen X, di ba? Comparing them to Gen Z. So there are two generations gaps kasi yung gawit na sa inyo is kaming mga millennials, 'di ba? So you can see na ibang-iba, ibang-iba yung culture natin from their culture. na may malaki na siyang gap because that's one of the elements of our culture. Culture is dynamic, 'no? Before, may mga naghaharana pa, may mga pumupunta pang mga lalaki, talagang kinakausap yung mga magulang. But this time, 'di ba, with the use of technology, puwede na kayong maging on ng partner mo, puwede na kayong magkaroon ng relationship and then, sa kanila napaka-traditional parang babae at lalaki, but ngayon unti-unti 'no, but I don't know, pero napapansin natin 'di ba, we can say na nano-normalize na yung pagkakaroon ng, same-sex relationship as partner pa lang naman, hindi naman dun sa type of marriage naman. That, we can say that culture is dynamic kasi talagang nagbabago siya and at the same time, nakikita natin ah, yung pagbabagong ito that, will also adapt the modern world or the generation that we have today. Okay. So those are the elements of culture. So, I mean, those are the types of culture. So this time we're going to discuss the elements of culture. We have here the norms. Okay, so it is society standards of acceptable behavior. It is essential in a society because majority of the people pattern their way of living after them. So like for example, yung mga norms natin is yung acceptable behavior lamang natin in our society. So let's try to give example in our classroom. So in the classroom setup, you will always say to yourself that I have to show my best behavior because as a student, it is my responsibility to show my best behavior to my teachers and also to my classmates. That's why I will not make noise. I will bring uh, notebooks, papers, and pen. I will raise my hand if I want to say something. So those are the things na acceptable sa behavior natin, and that's part of our culture. We have three types of norms: the folkways, mores, and law. No, so when we say folkways, it is norms that are shown to be proper way of dealing with their everyday living in social interaction. Ito yung mga klase ng norms na normal na natin siyang ginagawa. Like for example, kapag meron kang na-meet na bago, 'di ba? You were able to shake hands when you are introduced to someone, 'di ba? That's part of our culture. You do not push people when waiting in line kasi you respect them. You do not pick your nose in public, 'di ba? Kasi, medyo nakakahiya siya and you don't talk to yourself loudly in public. You just need to put it in your mind, 'di ba? Yung quiet talk lang sa inyong sarili. And then the second one is the mores. It is customs or folkways that needs to be followed the society strictly. So when you say mores, hindi siya part ng laws, no? Pero nagiging masama siya because it is the standard of the society. So parang you were able to do this one, hindi dahil sa sumusunod ka sa batas kundi yun yung nakikita mong kailangan ng lipunan. Yun yung nakikita mong tama sa lipunan. Like for example, kahit pikon na pikon ka na sa isang matanda, hindi mo siya sasagutin because you have to respect elders. Kasi 'pag sinagot mo siya kahit ikaw pa yung tama, iba yung magiging dating. And then wearing modest clothes in religious places and loving one's country. Okay, so those are the things na makikita natin sa norms natin. Okay? So ano siya, it's based on the society. The next one is yung ating laws, no? Formalized mores that are legislated, approved, and implemented in a society. So yung mga types natin doon sa mores natin ay pwede siya maging laws, no? Maging batas na talaga siya sa ating bansa na talagang sinusunod natin because nakita natin that, formal siya and at the same time, there's, corresponding punishment kapag hindi mo sinunod 'tong batas na 'to. So that's part also of our culture and that's one of the types of norms. Second one is beliefs. Yung beliefs is these are the means of the people on explaining sense of their experiences or ideas that they hold to be true, factual, and real. Like for example, yung mga paniniwala natin na nausog siya, sukob, kulam, bati, barang, aswang, and maligno. So makikita yung mga beliefs na 'to sa mga Pilipino lang ito, 'no? Hindi ito makikita sa ibang bansa kasi nga tayo lang mismo ang sariling nakagawa ng ganitong klaseng paniniwala, okey? And then, of course, the symbols. These are the representations of illustrations to represent a particular belief or something of the particular belief or meaning of something. People who share or practice the same belief of culture attach a specific meaning of an object, gesture, and image. So we're all very familiar with the different types of symbols na meron dito sa bansa natin. Like for example, is yung sa mga magpapakasal, 'di ba, they have this wedding ring. And then sa mga pagrespeto natin sa nakatatanda, nagmamano tayo. So that's part of our culture, symbols, na kung paano natin nagagamit 'tong mga symbols na 'to as part of our culture. And then, language, 'di ba? It is a system of symbols that individuals utilize to communicate, interact, and share their views or beliefs, thus making an understanding amongst individuals. So that's one of the elements of our culture. We have this language, 'di ba? We're able to use this para makipag-communicate tayo to one another. And that's something that we can really prove na iba-iba tayo ng kultura because we have different languages na meron tayo. Like for example, nakakagawa rin tayo ng iba nating klaseng culture in our own group. We cannot say na totally subculture siya, pero that's something na nakakagawa tayo ng sarili nating pagpapangkat, 'di ba, or paggugrupo sa sarili natin. For example, is yung ating mga gumagamit ng gay lingo, 'di ba? So that's part of their culture. They use their language of Klingo para sila lang yung mga magkakaintindihan. Katulad ng jutay, maliit daw, dako, malaki, have, maganda, hagardo bersosa, haggard ka raw. Okay. So yun yung mga klase ng mga language na ginagamit nila. And values, 'di ba? It defined as desirable goals that vary in importance and serve as guiding principle in people's lives. So values help shape a society by suggesting what is good and bad and sought and avoided. So ano yung mga Filipino values natin? Sobrang proud tayo na tinanong natin kanina. Those are close family ties, respect for elders, example given, yung ating po and pag-oopo, yung pagmamano po, hospitality, resilience, bayanihan spirit, resourcefulness, optimism, hard work, humor, and adaptability. Okay? And then the last discussion will be the orientation in viewing others' cultures. So this is very important because no one can say that my culture is dominant from other cultures. Okay? No one can say na yung kultura ng Amerika ay ang kulturang pinakamalaki at pinakamaganda sa lahat ng kultura. Because all cultures are equal or languages are equal. No, walang dominanteng kultura and wala ring dominanteng lengguwahe. The first one is culture is universal or cultural universal. It all about elements, patterns, traits, or institutions that are common to all human cultures worldwide. So meron tayong mga common cultures in sa buong mundo natin. Like for example, yung language natin, 'di ba? Marami sa atin ay common na nakakapagsalita ng English. Yung religion natin, malaking percentage sa atin ay mga Katoliko, 'di ba? Yung education pattern natin, 3 bansa na lang ang hindi gumagamit ng K-12 system. So tayo, as part of gumagamit ng K-12 system, yun yung nakikita natin cultural universal natin. Arts and sciences, music and economics, and so on and so forth. So that is cultural universal, kung paano siya nagagamit sa buong mundo. Okay? The next one is ethnocentrism. I think that an attitude or beliefs that one's own culture is superior to those other cultures. So, iniisip mo na mas superior yung culture nila. 'Di ba? Na mas superior yung culture ng isang bansa. Like for example, in most Western culture, it is normal for a child to call his parents by their first names. However, in the Philippines, this is rude. Parang isipin mo, bastos naman tong mga Amerikanong 'to. Tinatawag nila yung magulang nila sa first name. 'Di ba? Kapag hindi nila tinatawag ng mom or dad, bastos 'yun. Buti pa dito sa Pilipinas. So tingin mo mas angat yung culture mo kasi mas marespeto yung culture mo. So that is ethnocentrism concept. No, tinitignan mo na mas angat yung kultura mo compared to other cultures dahil yung culture mo ay mas gumagawa ng tama kumpara sa kanila. So 'pag tinitignan mo naman ang culture mo na mababa, that is xenocentrism. You think that believes that one's culture is inferior to another. So tinitignan mo mas mababa ang culture mo and it is usually as high regard for other culture, thus disdains his own or is embarrassed by it. Halimbawa, Tagalog version lang 'to ng Twilight, 'di ba? Sinabi mo sa Immortal nung yung Immortal ni na Angel Locsin o kaya naman yung Lalo na Sangre ni na Catherine Bernardo, sabi mo, "Yak, Tagalog version lang 'to ng Twilight." Kadiri naman OPM song lang. So tinitignan mo mas mababa yung culture mo compared to other cultures na kadiri naman yung mga palabas natin ang wala kumpara sa mga Korean novelas. Parang ang liit ng tingin mo. So that is xenocentrism, okay? And last one is pinaka-positive sa lahat is yung cultural relativism. You think that all cultures are relevant. You think that all cultures are important. This is what cultural relativism is all about. To immerse oneself in another culture in order to appreciate it fully. 'Di ba? Tapos yung mga turista, tina-try nila yung balot, tayo rin 'pag pumunta tayo ng ibang lugar or ibang bansa, tina-try din natin yung kanilang mga delicacies, yung kanilang mga pagkain na pinagmamalaki yung kanilang mga ginagawa, 'di ba? So the idea of a person's beliefs, values, and practices should be understood based on that person's own culture rather than be judged against the criteria of another. So that's the thing na tinitingnan natin sa cultural relativism natin. So these are the questions that we may answer at the end of our discussion. So I know na natutunan natin yung iba't ibang klase ng culture na ito and I know that you already have the idea, at least we were able to enhance your uh, previous knowledge regarding on culture. That's why I ask you to answer these questions. So do you think culture is important? Why? You may comment your answer in our comment section dito sa ating YouTube link. Have you ever visited another country or region? What country or province? How was the culture different there? So you just need to give your answer there. And then if someone visited your country from another country, what are the things you would like to tell them about our culture? So please provide your answers here in our chat box. And then don't forget to mention your full name and section for your attendance. Okay? And then next one is your individual output. Okay, so ipapasa to next week. So create a poster slogan about your own culture and how you are proud of it. Your slogan must have at least 15 to 25 words, and your poster for your poster you may use traditional or any application to illustrate your word. So this will be our criteria. And last one is for our group activity. Sabi ko nga last activity na natin to, then after this portfolio na tayo. Best culture in the Philippines. So it is a group activity, maximum of 8 members only. 8 members lang hindi na pwede lumagpas doon. So you have to produce a presentation that is both imaginative and informative. This story will be created by the group according to their choice of culture in the country. So pipili kayo ng isang kultura sa bansa natin, no? Na nakikita mong pwede mong gawan ng story or kwento na kapupulutan ng aral kasi it's a storytelling. Please be specific about the culture of sharing. To expand knowledge in concept and content development, it is recommended to conduct research or interviews. This can be done online by combining videos as needed and editing them afterwards. So ito ang ating rubric for storytelling. I will provide also the soft copies of this para at least guided kayo for this activity. Okay? So thank you very much for your time for listening to our discussion about culture. So again, last activity na natin to. So pagbigyan nyo na akong gawin na natin itong activity na to para at least matapos ko na rin and makapag-focus na ako ng ating mga grades natin. And at the same time, you still have also the opportunity to focus on other subjects para at least pagtapos na to, po-focus na lang kayo sa ibang subjects. Okay? So again, maraming salamat. Thank you for your time. So value your culture, pahalagahan natin ang culture natin, and itong culture na meron tayo is pinaghirapan 'to ng mga ninuno nating Pilipino. So, thank you very much for your time and God bless you all. Bye-bye.